All right, Donald Trump is leading the Republican field, and while he's sure to discuss his policy ideas at the second debate, Trump's political views on key issues have remained remarkably the same for nearly 30 years. One America's Cramer compares an interview from 1988 to Trump's comments from the 2016 election season.
Donald Trump will never have a shortage of headlines based on his views about the world. And while some candidates have flip-flopped their opinions over the years, this 1988 interview with Oprah Winfrey proves Trump's stance on major world issues is remarkably like his 2016 platform.
It's not free trade. If you ever go to Japan right now and try to sell something, forget about it, Oprah. Just forget about it. It's almost impossible.
I was in Los Angeles. I saw ships, the biggest ships I've ever seen, with cars. They just keep rolling off, rolling off. You know what we give Japan? Beef. We give them wheat. It's not quite a good deal. You know, if you look at the numbers, they're up here, we're down here, with everybody.
Going back to that Oprah interview and a follow-up to his Japan comments, Trump talked about America's status as a debtor nation.
I'd make our allies pay their fair share. We're a debtor nation. Something's going to happen over the next number of years with this country, because you can't keep going on losing $200 billion.
Trump said nearly the same thing 27 years later at this campaign stop in New Hampshire, only updating the dollar amount to its current deficit.
They're taking our jobs, they're taking our money, and here's the beauty. We owe China $1.4 trillion. So think of it. This is like a magic act. They take our jobs, they take everything, and we owe them money. How does that happen?
While China is a major manufacturing player now, in the 1980s, Japan's automotive and technology boom was fueling Tokyo's economy. That wasn't lost on Trump in 1988.
They come over here, they sell their cars, their VCRs, they knock the hell out of our companies. And hey, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese people. I mean, you can respect somebody that's beating the hell out of you, but they are beating the hell out of this country.
In 2015, all you have to do is replace Japan with China and respect somebody with love them, and you've got Trump's stance on the issue.
People say, oh, you don't like China. No, I love them. But their leaders are much smarter than our leaders. And we can't sustain ourselves.
The 2016 candidate also touched on the free trade agenda. In 1988, OPEC nations were in Trump's crosshairs and a potential 25% tax on Middle Eastern oil profits.
The poorest person in Kuwait, they live like kings, and yet they're not paying. We make it possible for them to sell their oil. Why aren't they paying us 25% of what they're making?
Trump's imported good tax is still alive and well in the 21st century.
We have all the cards, but we don't know how to use them. We don't even know that we have the cards because our leaders don't understand the game. We could turn off that spigot by charging them tax until they behave properly.
In the Oprah interview, Trump decided against a presidential run at the time, but did theorize what he would do as commander-in-chief.
I can tell you one thing, this country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
It's the same theme from his current campaign.
We all know I'm going to do a good job. I'm taking the jobs back from China. I'm taking the jobs back from Japan. I'm taking the jobs back from Mexico.
And finally, amid the pledge that he would only run as a Republican, Trump reaffirmed his political standing in 1988 in an interview with Larry King.
I'm a Republican because I just believe in certain principles of the Republican Party.
So while his hair may have evolved over the years, Trump's political positions stand firm nearly 3 decades after he first laid out his stance. Cramer, One America News.
And new